1st of Jan, they think about it, I want to be a bodybuilder. 10th of Jan, they are in some desk or maybe some pub drinking around here and there. The goal is all vanished. Don't wait for a training partner that if he is coming, then I'll go, or if she is coming, I'll go.
Okay.
You are on your own. It's a solo journey. Like next day, if your friend says I'm not going, you'll also make up your mind. I don't want to go.
Drug abuse in the industry.
Abuse in the industry is like quite prominent these days.
Okay.
Everybody wants to be a big bodybuilder in a week or so, but it doesn't happen like that.
Has it crossed your mind to ever give it a shot?
1,000 times. When you fail, you want to have it.
What stopped you from taking it?
Fear of damaging my organs. One common incident is, all the guys in the gym, they always want to help some girl who's working out. Khud ka form kharab hota hai, but if a girl is working out, they'll go and show her, you have to do it like this.
Acha.
But he won't concentrate on what he is doing. They all are teachers, do this, do that, this is wrong. But what about you? How many gyms have, you can say, medical reports happening in the gym facility? None.
Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today is a bittersweet moment. Today is the last and the finale episode of the MADtherapy Sessions podcast. Season 1, and our final guest is Veer Sinh Sarvaiya. He's a powerlifter, a fitness enthusiast, an entrepreneur, and a businessman in Mumbai. The video episodes are available here on YouTube. The audio episodes are available on Spotify. The links to that will be given in the description down below. So Veer, you just won the GSK powerlifting tournament in Goregaon. How does it feel?
Feel good about it, it's been a long journey, and after you get the rewards, you feel nice about it. People start noticing you, they come to you, they ask questions about, how it is done, what are the challenges you face. So it's like complete life ka journey coming to an award and you feel happy about it.
Okay. Because I spoke to you a few days before the tournament and you were like, I'm too busy,
Correct.
You were so focused on the tournament.
Correct.
And you said also a lot of people wanted to pull out also because you were there.
Yeah, so it's all mind game,
Okay.
You have to showcase yourself as a big guy, you are the only one, nobody's going to be around you. So
okay.
You have to be a kind of a threatening guy in the competition because you're there to win it.
Mm-hmm.
So for that you have to do whatever it takes.
And finally you won, eventually you won the tournament.
Correct. Yeah.
So how did you get into weight training?
So my life was being much complicated, more of work, no hobbies or nothing as such. So one fine day, I just thought maybe body is something it has to be sculpted.
Okay.
You can't ask anybody else to go do something for you on that. It is you who has to work on that. So I start thinking about it. Let's do something on weight training, weightlifting, powerlifting, and slowly I got into it. So moreover, yes, I've pulled myself into it.
And how long have you been weight training for?
Since 2015.
15. That's 7 years.
7 years. It's a long journey.
What's the best part about powerlifting?
Best part about powerlifting is you have to keep on challenging yourself. So
By increasing the weights or something else?
Increasing the weight.
Okay.
So every day the hunger increases more. Kal kuch aur karna hai. Maybe the next lift is going to be more.
Yeah.
So every pound matters.
Because that's something which I wanted to ask is what motivates you to go in, day out and do powerlifting? It's not easy,
It's challenging.
Yeah.
I love challenges.
Okay.
So every day it is challenging yourself. What next? How much heavy are you going to lift?
Yeah.
That's what keeps me running.
But then you were always into exercise and fitness before joining powerlift. Before taking up powerlifting or?
No, I started with cardio.
Okay.
I actually used to walk on treadmill a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually I got tired of it. I thought this is not what I want. As soon as I started with dumbbells and weight training and all that, it was quite intriguing. Okay, now this looks challenging because when you go back home, you have that soreness in the muscles. And you feel happy about it. That, we have done something. We have lifted something. So day by day that hunger increases and you want to lift more and more and more.
Understood.
So every day there are new challenges made which you have to break, again make, again break.
Got it. So what's a favorite exercise? Because you do cardio, you do exercise, you do powerlifting. What's the favorite out of all the bunch?
Deadlift,
Okay.
squat and leg press.
Why deadlift?
Deadlift is something because it requires a lot of technique.
Mm-hmm.
You can't lift it if your technique is not right. तो उसके लिए a lot of preparation has to be done. Your weight, your mind, your mindset, your heart, everything has to be in.
Understood.
End of the day, the goal is to lift it up.
So when you talk about technique, how important is the, technique and form while weight training?
Technique and form, they are the basic foundation. Like, because if you don't have a proper technique or proper form, it leads to a lot of injuries. And injuries, like, then you have people laughing at you. See, this is what happened when you go to gym.
So how does one improve their form and technique? I mean, do they without the help of a trainer, they watch YouTube videos and replicate that, or they actually hire a private trainer for some time and then?
Watching videos, I would not recommend.
Okay.
Because basically what happens in that is, how do I say it? Body ka physics, it depends on person to person. No two people can have a same form. It's same like fingerprint.
So isn't that a mistake what people do when they look at a body of an actor and they're like, I want to make a body exactly like him?
See, that's very judgmental, because एक second में people kind of think कि मुझे ऐसा बनना है, but they don't look at the months or years का effort what have been put behind that.
Okay.
So you have to start with a light weight, get your form right, and once when your form is right, you can lift the weight.
Okay.
So basic is the form.
So form and technique are like
they
basic
matter
foundation.
A lot. Basic foundation of powerlifting or bodybuilding or whatever you say. Most of the injuries are caused because of wrong forms. Back injuries, or hamstring is pulled, shoulder injuries, and then you're gone, like 6 months rest.
Ideally, they should like hire a trainer first and get.
Ideally, I would recommend hiring a trainer.
Okay. If they're serious about.
If they are serious about it.
Okay.
Because what happens is most of the people, 1st of Jan, they think about it, I want to be a bodybuilder. 10th of Jan, they are in some desk or maybe some pub drinking around here and there. The goal is all vanished down the drain.
You must have met a lot of people.
I meet a lot of people like that.
Hundreds of people in your career.
Many.
What's a common, issue which you see in beginners or amateurs who are into weightlifting?
They actually give it away very fast. कि नहीं होगा मुझसे and all that, because body goes through a lot of changes.
Lack of patience, basically.
Lack of patience. And in this, patience is the name of the game. Like, you have to wait. Eventually, it does gives you result. But it's a process.
Okay.
Takes time.
What advice would you like to give someone who's starting out weight training?
First, get into the routine.
Okay.
Don't wait for a training partner. That if he is coming, then I'll go, or if she is coming, I'll go.
Okay.
You are on your own. It's a solo journey. Like, you have to be on the floor.
It's like, people who I know always do that. They always wait for and that includes me also, partially, because we always want someone company chahiye.
It's here where you go wrong, because next day if your friend says I'm not going, you'll also make up your mind, I don't want to go. This is a solo journey. It is like, I want to go, come what may.
So one is to go solo, like
determination.
Do it irrespective whether your friend comes or not. Correct. Any other advice you would like to give a beginner?
First thing is to get the form right. Lift light.
Okay.
And keep your ego at the door. That is how it is like. Be very humble with the weights, because weights have the power to overpower you. So first you have to get yourself in control, and then you can control the weight.
And when you talk about powerlifting, there's always a thing about rest and recovery.
Yeah.
Like, what's your take on that?
Rest and recovery is very important. Like, you need to have a kind of a proper rest. Every muscle requires a specific period to recover. You can't go on, going on body hunting or something. You have to rest and you have to recover. So at least 7 to 8 hours of sleep is a must.
Okay.
Is what I would say. Like,
so apart from sleep, how can they rest?
Break is required eventually.
Okay.
Because body actually requires when you break it. So that break helps you for recovery.
Okay. And then what about recovery? They have rested.
Be yourself. It cannot be 365 days of workout. Eventually, you can say 7 days or 10 days or something. A break is required. Muscle has a memory. It does not go away.
Okay.
Again, when you start, it picks it up from there itself. So rest is required.
So rest, recovery, and then everyone's favorite, diet, because you go to any athlete, they tell you the importance of diet.
Diet is what makes you or breaks you.
Okay.
75% I would say complete body depends on what you eat. So protein, if you have a high protein diet, of course body is going to be very well, muscles are going to be very well defined. And if it's a high carb diet, less of a protein, then you know where it goes, like visceral fat, which is the biggest enemy.
And what, there's a misconception about, because there are a lot of vegetarians out there. So how do they take protein? According to you, what's the best source?
Best source of vegetarian, I would say, would be like black chana, chole is there, rajma is there.
Okay.
But I'm a staunch non-vegetarian, so I would vouch for eggs and chicken and a lot of stuff like. So yes.
Okay. Apart from that, any particular things they need to take care of when they're following a diet, or do you personally?
Lot of water intake has to be done.
Okay.
Lot of fiber has to be taken in. Your gut has to be clear, and your body needs water. 70% of the muscles are made of water. So if you're short of water, then you feel drained.
Is there like a formula as to, depending on your weight, you need to have that much water or that
No
much
specific
fiber?
formula as such.
Okay.
3 to 4 liters of water, like if you have it in a day, it keeps you up and running.
Do you personally follow any sort of diet?
I don't follow any diet.
Okay.
I don't follow any specific diet. I just make sure 80% of my meal has protein and 20% is carb.
Okay.
I keep myself happy, like be it a small piece of cake or maybe a small bite of chocolate or something. But this is a mental game. It helps you.
Like,
you should not be deprived of any food.
Yeah, there are a lot of diet out. There's this vegan diet. There's intermittent fasting.
Correct.
Again, intermittent fasting, is it something which you have?
I have never tried my hands on it.
You've never
I
tried.
have never tried my hands on it.
But have you ever given it a thought that you would want to try it someday?
It keeps crossing my mind that maybe I should give it a thought. But once if I go short on some lifting or something, maybe by 5 pounds, immediately I start thinking, what if intermittently, if I change myself and I would not be able to lift. So it's always psychological game, a diet plays.
Okay.
One lift, when it goes wrong, then again, you keep thinking, kya kha liya, ki ye gaya nahi? What happened? What went wrong?
Yeah.
And it plays a lot of, it's a stress basically.
So that's diet. Then what about supplements? Do you consider supplements a part of diet, or is diet? Is supplement very important, and who should take and who should not take?
Supplement is required.
Okay.
Minerals, vitamins, and all it is required.
Okay.
Because in this case, what we are doing in, you can say, weightlifting, powerlifting, bodybuilding, is we are going to push our body to a limit.
Okay.
And our gut, everybody has a kind of a different gut, So the absorption of minerals and vitamins is going to be from person to person. So external supplement is required, like magnesium, zinc. All these levels have to be maintained.
Any particular brand supplements you take or something?
I take of GNC.
Okay. Any particular reason why GNC?
GNC is locally available now. It's made in India. And guys who import it, I don't know much about them because a lot of mixing is happening here and there. So at least we know something what is made in India is a proper product what has been made.
Okay. So talking about supplements, what's your take on drug abuse in the industry?
Drug abuse in the industry is quite prominent these days.
Okay.
Everybody wants to be a big bodybuilder in a week or so, but it doesn't happen like that. Eventually what happens is, liver gets fired, kidney gets fired, and long-term abuses, they are very bad, which come after 5 years or 6 years or something. And when things, they fall out of the hand, you can't do much about it. You can't reverse it.
Yeah. So
body is something, it is like a temple. So you have to be very clean about it. Anything what you put from external side, the brain is going to think that, acha bahar se aa raha hai to main kyun banaun? And then there is overload on your organs, on your liver, on your kidney, which is fatal. These two organs are very important.
And there are a lot of side effects also of drug abuse.
Lot of side effects. Usually men, they have problem of ED, what they face.
Have people approached you for, about your take on drugs?
They have approached me for GH, growth hormones, for testosterone, and a lot of things But eventually, workout is the only thing what helps you. End of the day, your mindset should be happy on what you're doing.
So, if I'm not wrong, drugs give you a short-term boost to give you a physique which you would want.
Correct.
But then in the long run, screws up your body.
Absolutely, yes.
So why then people take it? I mean,
it's more about aesthetic now these days. People want to be big very fast. They actually want the results very fast. So all synthetic drugs are very good at it. But I would not suggest eventually at the age of 35, you have ED problems. And men it's very scary. And once it gets into your head, you can't get out of it. Then you lose your manhood, you lose everything. You lose your self-confidence.
Yeah.
It pulls you down. And the career span is very short. If you have to make it big in life, in basically bodybuilding, India has a lot of population.
Yeah.
Globally, there are many people competing, and you have to stand out from that. So ultimately, there are only going to be 3 or 5 people who are going to be on the top.
Yeah.
Some are going to be trainers thereafter. But there are many who get lost, who don't have any career in life. कि अब क्या करें? Because most of the youth period is spent on the floor, on the gym. So it's a very, very, very extremely expensive hobby, I would say that. Because at the age of 35, you hit into crisis. Ab kya kare? Things have not worked.
Yeah.
You need a strong business or a job to back you for this. It's a very expensive hobby. Supplements are expensive. Gym memberships are expensive. Apparels are expensive. So a lot of things has to be thought of.
Has it crossed your mind to ever give it a shot? Not now, when you know, but earlier during your early days, were you enticed to try it, supplements and drugs and to
1,000 times. When you fail, you want to have it.
Eventually, then what stopped you from taking it?
Fear of damaging my organs. What next? Who is going to give me a kidney if something goes wrong? Who is going to donate me a liver if something goes wrong?
So then how do we improve this whole scenario? Because now we know it leads to bad things in the future. So awareness programs or what?
Awareness programs have to be bought in. It's very much required. But people have to be educated about the abuses, what they're doing to their body. This is something what is irreversible. You cannot change it.
But isn't it because the industry right now is, like you said, it's all about aesthetics. The industry is pushing you towards,
Industry is pushing. That's true. Lot of demands. Where are the 6-pack? 6-packs were not there 500 years ago. Men were strong.
Yeah.
If you look at history, they were big. And men are always supposed to be big.
Yeah.
And not lean. But the dynamics of the industry has changed. Now 6-pack abs is what people want. Youth, all youth wants a 6-pack ab.
Yeah.
It's 8 to 10% of your body fat. How will you function? You won't have the necessary energy levels to work.
But then, even if you have awareness programs, but the industry is such that it requires aesthetics and it requires such a low fat count. What else can we do? Because you are in this industry for so long. Have you ever given it a thought what we could do to improve the situation where
people are adamant they don't want to improve? What they want it hook or by crook. But when the things go wrong is when they understand that ये नहीं करना चाहिए था. But again, there are few people who are already doing it.
Yeah.
So it's a process now. The whole thing, abuse has gone into a process, never-ending loop. I don't see it stopping now.
So we can't do much about it.
We can't do much about it.
Okay. We've spoken about sleep. We've spoken about supplements, diet. What's the importance of a good apparel and equipments?
Apparels and equipment, they play a vital role. A good squat shoes, it helps you get a proper form. Squat shoes.
Okay.
Basically Nike has it. So it helps you in getting a proper form, the weight, where it has to be transformed, the less of knee injuries and all. It helps you a lot. Like for example, equipment, if you ask me, then I love Hammer Strength.
Hammer Strength?
Hammer Strength. It is one of the finest companies which is making,
What's so good about it?
Yeah. It's like, it targets a specific group of muscle.
Okay. And apparel does that?
Equipment.
I'm sorry. Okay.
Apparel makes you feel light. And it also gives you a boost, okay, if you're wearing a Nike or an Under Armour, of course you get noticed, people are like, okay, you like it. Yeah. So that there's a charm in designer wear, but at the end of the day, it's not about looking designer or something, but feeling good.
Understood.
Once you start feeling good, you start doing good.
So that's one. in equipment, you said hammer strength.
Hammer strength.
So they're good because they target one sort
Specific muscle. If you want, yeah. And the line of the, you can say, trajectory of the movement of the machine is very good.
Is it like a foreign brand?
US brand.
Okay. Any Indian brands which you have started to like or have,
No.
used to like? None?
Machines are very rough. They claim, this is good, ye hota hai, wo hota hai. But eventually, hammer strength is hammer strength.
Okay. Any fitness apps you use on a smartphone to track your workout routine or anything like that?
Nothing as such. I just stand in front of the mirror, look at myself. I understand what is to be done, which part has to be worked out more. That's it.
That is it?
That is it.
Any smartwatch, smart band?
Nothing required.
Okay.
Your body gives you everything what you want. You just have to fall in love with it. And you get it. App is something, it gives you a mental satisfaction. But a good workout, when you look in the mirror and you feel good, your heart feels happy about it. Mind is never happy. It always wants more and more. You have to be content.
But, you must have seen a lot of people using smartwatches and smart trackers.
It's all marketing.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask you. Like, do you think it makes a difference in the long run?
It does not make any difference. What makes in long run is getting yourself checked. Getting your blood report checked. Once in a year, twice in a year. Check at your hormonal levels. Check all the CBC reports and everything. That makes a lot of difference. It shows you where exactly you are. How is your heart functioning? How is your kidney functioning? Nobody is into this.
So, what are the tests ideally an athlete or a powerlifter should do?
Lung function test,
Okay.
then you have KFT, normal blood sugar routine, and you can say cholesterol level. I would strongly vouch for this. Because what happens is after having abused your body, you don't know how much cholesterol you have.
Okay.
How is your liver functioning? How is your kidney functioning? And eventually when you feel bad about it, कि कुछ हो रहा है, and then you go to a doctor and when he writes you down, you get a stroke. That all these things happened in one go which you were not aware.
Ignoring for so long, yeah.
Ignoring was for so long. So I would say maybe once in 6 months, you should get your blood report checked.
Once in 6 months.
Once in 6 months.
So apart from that, the tests which you mentioned, are there any special tests or specific tests which a powerlifter should do, or
Not really.
not really? Not
It's
required.
only if you're planning to go in a big sport,
Okay.
it's only then you have to go for specific test. Otherwise, just keep a track on your heart, your kidney and your liver and your blood. That's it. Because end of the day, it's an hobby. But if you want to take it on a next level, if you want to become a performance athlete or something representing country, then you have to follow a protocol.
Okay.
It is here
Because
where
then you also come under WADA regulations, anti-doping
so
regulations.
here the game changes and it comes strictly on your diet and your body. So ultimately, when these people are asking for a clean routine, why can't we follow it from day one?
Yeah.
And if it is aesthetics, then nobody can stop.
Got it. What are the common misconceptions or myths you want to bust, which a lot of people talk about in the
For the gym,
for weightlifting or while gymming?
gymming is like a place where people always want to put a blame on. Fever आ गया, अरे तू जिम जाता है इसके लिए fever आ गया. Backache हो रहा है because you must have lifted hard. It's not like that. Going to a gym, doing some workout or some form of exercise, it always keeps you happy. It lifts your mood. It lifts your spirit. It will make you feel confident. If you have a good aesthetic body, your confidence levels are always high. Instead of having a big belly and an arched back and hump. No. So common myths are, all the injuries are caused in the gym is what they think. They will go and drink in the bar and if you have one scoop of whey protein, they will say कि इससे kidney खराब होएगा. But what about you? You are drinking every day, smoking every day. Is that not harmful? At least I am having a supplement which is going to help me build my muscle. But you are already damaging your organ. These are the myths कि supplement से kidney failure हो जाता है and all that. But yes, it happens after a prolonged abuse to the body. But if taken in the right content, it helps you.
So what do you think? When you compare natural protein to whey protein, So is whey protein necessary for every athlete?
It's not necessary for every athlete.
Okay, sir.
Nature has all the answers.
Okay.
You just have to ask it. It gives you. But it's a fast life what we all follow. कि एक scoop लिया, डाला, घुमाया, पी लिया. That is not the way.
Even if you have a scoop, you have to compensate that, right?
You have to eat. The body is going to absorb only what it wants to absorb.
Yeah.
So food is the best source. Whatever it wants, the body is going to absorb, and rest is going to be thrown out.
So are you pro whey proteins, or are you like someone who does not propagate using whey proteins?
I take it 1 scoop a day. That's it.
No. Would you propagate people to use it?
I would say food is the best source. Eat healthy.
So
Eat clean.
Basically diet.
Diet. Everything boils out to diet. Clean food.
Any funny incidents you remember which have happened in the gym or while powerlifting with you or with people around you, which you would like to share with us?
One common incident is, all the guys in the gym, they always want to help some girl who's working out.
Okay.
खुद का form खराब होता है, but if a girl is working out, they'll go and show her, you have to do it like this.
Acha.
But he won't concentrate on what he is doing. So one thing is mind your own business in the gym.
So you have noticed that, like, and people
It
notice
happens.
like
It happens on the floor. Day in, day out, it happens. If they see someone, they all of a sudden want to lift heavy.
so
Anyhow they want to lift it. It is here where injuries happen.
or they directly just approach the girl to correct her form.
Yeah. They all are teachers, do this, do that, this is wrong. But what about you? Get yourself right first.
Yeah, like that's crazy, right? When you think about it, and like you must have noticed it day in, day out, like
Day in, day out. They start running fast, like it's like daily process, it happens. Across the world it happens. Maybe it's men genetic, this is how men are made. Few men.
Any special memories you have with powerlifting, which you would like to share with us?
One special memory what I have is of my friend who used to powerlift a lot.
Okay.
Every time when he used to lift heavy, he used to fart.
Okay. Shit.
That is one of the funniest memory what we have. So anytime when he used to go on the floor,
He still does?
he still does. But he's happy about it.
Probably it's his muscles for you.
Maybe, yeah.
Can't do much about it.
Yeah.
So, what's your my favorite question? What's your favorite oral healthcare brand?
I use a particular brand called Oral-B.
Okay, and why is that?
I've been using it because I've been using it since a long time.
That is it. I mean,
That is it, yeah.
Okay. Any specific? Oral-B brush or toothpaste, or both are Oral-B?
Brush is Oral-B and my toothpaste is Colgate.
Okay. Why is that?
Colgate is since ages, it has been here, it's plain white stuff what I use,
Understood.
non-colored.
Understood.
I like it.
And you're happy with it?
I'm happy with it.
Understood. So before we leave you, what's next for Veer in 2022?
2022, I'm planning to go lean.
Okay, lean.
Now I have done a lot of powerlifting now. I've been growing a lot, so I want to cut down. So this is what I've been planning. In next 6 months, I have to do a lot of cardio.
So that's like a body goal.
Body goal, yeah.
Okay.
So I want to go lean now.
And apart from that, apart from body goals, what's next for you in this year? What can we expect from you?
I'm planning to make a gym studio of my own, where you have a specific workout done.
Okay.
It is going to be a customized workout for customized goal, in which a diet is taken care of, workouts are taken care of, and the client has to follow a specific routine, in which everything is going to be tracked. Everything is going to be linked with complete medical history, checkups, and everything. We want to have a formal approach to this sport now, because this industry is not organized.
So, any reason why? What has led to this decision of you wanting to start your own gym?
Because I feel gyms are more into selling, you can say, membership. And the only goal is to get people. But overall healthcare is not taken care of in this.
But gyms
it's all about numbers.
But at least in Bombay, we can talk about it. It's run by athletes. It's run by powerlifters. It's run by...
How many gyms have, you can say, medical reports happening in the gym facility? None.
So there's no scientific backing or
There is no scientific backing. There are no audits done. Everything is going haywire. A medical checkup camp has to be there in the gym. Like, you know, if at all a guy or a girl has joined a gym, he should be able to track what is happening in his body. Basic blood reports have to be done.
Yeah.
And how is this sport helping him? If it is going to touch one person in a family, of course it will touch many.
So this is something which you would want to implement in your studio.
Yes. Routine healthcare.
And that will
Health checkup.
That will distinguish your
Yes. Absolutely.
your gym studio from other gyms
Absolutely.
in the city.
Because most of the people who come to gym, they actually want to be fit. And most of Indians have history of diabetes, blood pressure, cardiac. They blindly go to the gym and they start working out. But are you tracking your progress in terms of your organs or just the aesthetics? Because we don't know what is happening inside the body. We are only concerned about the muscles, your chest and shoulders and all. But what if your organ is collapsing inside? What are the signals for that? No gym has an equipment. So this can only be done by having regular health checkups.
So one is your body goal. One is opening your own studio. Anything else?
That's it at the moment.
Yeah, we're almost 5 months down for the year. So
Yeah.
the 7. So is it starting hopefully by the end of this year?
End of this year.
Okay.
It is going to be a small studio, like a small facility, and it is going to be on hour basis of slot.
Okay.
So 1 hour, it is only going to be 2 people, like not more than that.
Okay.
But it
That's
will be
interesting.
specific, kind of a designer studio for gym, like, and then they will be tracked. So slowly, we actually want to go into a gym which is backing complete healthcare. If at all somebody is having a problem, a genetic problem or something, how we can help to delay the onset of the problem. We can't stop it,
Got it.
but how you can delay it is what you can work on.
It's more like a holistic approach towards
Yeah.
workouts. Thank you, Veer, for taking out time for this podcast. It was lovely having you. A lot of things we got to know and learn from this very short podcast. Hopefully, again, when it comes about fitness and powerlifting, we'll again have you soon on this.
Sure.
With more topics to talk on. Thank you. Thank you.
Absolutely. Pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Done.
How's it?
Last episode. Finale.
Good?
Perfect. Short and sweet.
Yeah.
आपका ठीक था?
Yeah, I was happy. Once you told me you have to speak your mind, तो फिर हो गया.